Good morning, Bitcoin. Welcome to another episode for Friday, September 8th. And here is what's happening today in Bitcoin. We will begin with the story out of the US, where we have new tax policy offer from one of our politicians. Jared Polis is trying to pass a bill through Congress where Bitcoin transaction payments under $600 would not be taxed as property. This is actually pretty useful in that right now, every little transaction, including your cup of coffee, has some kind of a tax burden, which other currencies do not. So having a bill like this pass is an improvement, and it will be easier to use Bitcoin as currency for small transactions. So you can check it out. This is it's a bill being passed, and he was working with Jerry Brittle of Coin Center in order to try to pass this bill through legislation. We also have competition in mining. Quartz is reporting that a Tokyo publicly listed company is going to spend over $300 million to get into Bitcoin mining. As I was reading the article, the most important thing I was looking for, okay, are they going to spend $320 million and buy the equipment from Bitmain, or are they going to make their own chips? And the question was answered. They are planning to create their own chips, okay? So plans to develop their own mining chips. And this is really important. The proposed chips will use a 7-nanometer nodes. And they acknowledge the fact that they want to challenge Bitmain. And of course, Bitmain had no comment to this news. Quartz did reach out to Bitmain, but they did not get a comment back from them. So this is good news. It is coming out of Japan, and we all know that Bitcoin Cash, or Bcash as I like to call it, is a bit more dominant in areas like Japan and South Korea. So there may be a little bit of a worry there. Which Bitcoin are they planning to mine, them being out of Japan? But I'm pretty sure this company knows what they're doing, and they are going to mine the actual Bitcoin. They're not going to waste that kind of money on subpar altcoins. We also have a story out of Finance Magnets where the Bitcoin IRA has now added Bitcoin Bcash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, I should say, and Litecoin. I can only assume they already had Ethereum on their IRA list. Though this seriously starts to question, why are you calling your company Bitcoin IRA? Is it really Bitcoin IRA? When all you are offering is altcoins. They should really start rebranding into an altcoin IRA. But the problem is that if you call yourself altcoin IRA, no, everyone is going to laugh at you. So this is another example of a company that is using the Bitcoin branding because Bitcoin doesn't have a copyright. It doesn't have a trademark. So anyone can just use the Bitcoin branding in any way they see fit without actually using it. Now, I am not a fan of the Bitcoin IRA company because I think they will get a lot of pensioners into trouble by putting them into altcoins that may not exist in the very near future. But if you are interested and you don't know how to buy and store your own Bitcoin, but you want to use Bitcoin as a retirement fund, they also offer you Ripple, which is not even a blockchain. So it's up to you, but there is a company that you can give them your retirement money and they will hold altcoins on your behalf. And finally, we have a story out of MarketWatch, which once again is talking about the price of Bitcoin. And They're expecting 5,000 again, and so do I. They talk about the price of Bitcoin. They also talk about the potential for the reason as the price of Bitcoin is the decline of the US dollar. I personally disagree with that, in that the decline of the DXY is literally almost the euro. DXY is 58% composed of against the euro and 13% against the Japanese yen. So if the Japanese yen and the euro are going up, the US dollar index will drastically go down. Bitcoin is priced in dollars, so a decline in the US dollar should increase the price of Bitcoin, but not as much as Bitcoin has gone up. So I don't see it as the big reason for it. They are also quoting CoinDesk that the price of Bitcoin is kind of toppy and is ready to go down. Again, that's another view I currently disagree with. I think higher prices are on the horizon. All right, moving on to Bitcoin scaling. We have the latest Bitcoin mempool even. Do I have the mempool here? I may not have the, hold on a second. Yep, here is the Bitcoin mempool. And the Bitcoin mempool is at a normal size right now. It's not too small. It's not too overcrowded. It's actually doing pretty good. Let's go back. And here are the latest blocks being mined. BW pool still has not mined a single SegWit block, which is ironic because they have been signaling for SegWit and they are signaling for the New York agreement. But every single pool that BW mines, there is never any SegWit transactions being included in their block, and they're clearly not mining full blocks. So if you are mining for inside BW pool, you really want to ask them what it is they're really doing as far as supporting the Bitcoin network. Here are your SegWit transactions. It looks like the transactions are slightly going up. Here are your blocks with no SegWit transactions in them. Oops. And here's another one. Like I said, BW pool is not mining any SegWit, and when there's an empty block, there's not going to be any SegWit. But slowly, more and more transactions will become SegWit. Bcash is now equally profitable to mine as Bitcoin. We will see where this goes. This may create a bit of a problem for everyone. The idea that Bcash is going to be the Bitcoin is completely ridiculous. And it would be the end of blockchains as a store of value. So we'll see. I mean, they'll hang around as another altcoin, and the more successful they are in hanging around, the bigger the Pandora's box they just opened for everyone to mimic Bcash in what they did. Just like Ethereum opened the Pandora's box for ICOs, and everyone is trying to do the ICOs until that trend ends. Bcash will open the door for everyone to fork Bitcoin to start their new altcoin. And because the profitability isn't too much above Bitcoin, the inflation of Bcash is currently identical to the inflation of Bitcoin, but they are way higher because they had this, Instamine going on back when their difficulty was low, but profit was high. Mempool we already went over. Now it's time for the tone vase specialty of the program, which is the price of Bitcoin. And here we go. Here is the weekly chart. We still have 3 more days this week, and it would be nice for this week to close above 4,600. I still think we're about to go up fairly quickly. I still think we can easily close the week above 4,700 or even 4,750. You have to remember that if you look at the daily chart, once we broke 4,750 a week ago, but it was about a week ago when we broke 4,750, it only took 12 hours to get from 4,750 to 5,000. So things can escalate very, very quickly. Uh, Once we break 4750, it shouldn't take too long to get back to 5,000. And once we break 5,000, it could be very, very quick for the price to go exponential till I'm expecting a short-term top sometime next week or the week after for a slightly longer correction than 4 days. Okay, so this past correction was only a 4-day correction, and the news out of China significantly helped that correction. I think once we top above 5,000, somewhere in the 6 to 7,000 area later this month, that's my expectation. We may not have a bigger correction percentage wise, but I'm expecting a longer correction time wise. We'll see how it does on price. Basically, the higher we go, the bigger the chances that the correction will keep us above 5,000. So if we top out at 6, we may drop to 5. But if we top out at 7, we may also drop to 5. So you just got to keep that in mind. Here's another look at the daily chart using Bitfinex charts, but it looks about the same. Zooming in further. Oh, I'm not sure. Here is my 4-hour chart, and the 4-hour chart is looking good. I had there were multiple reasons to buy. Most people may not be familiar with these numbers above the candles, but this 9 has a green arrow telling me to potentially buy. We had multiple reversal candles, and we had the 200 moving average. Multiple reasons to buy here. I have not seen a single reason to be nervous about this rise. We are now in a horizontal channel, and I'm expecting this horizontal channel to break very, very soon, and of course, to the upside. You can even zoom in over here. So I am looking for this to break out and go to the upside. Let me just draw a quick arrow, make it green, and we are off to the races here. Okay, this is basically my outlook. Maybe not in the next 4 hours, maybe a little further away, something like that. Okay. And the hourly chart isn't very useful, so there is no reason to look. Okay, guys, quick travel plan announcements. The Mad Bitcoins, Thomas Hunt and Jimmy Song are both already in France. They are attending the Breaking Bitcoin conference in France. And so if you are near France, you can probably see them or meet up with them. That event is in Paris, September 9th and 10th. So it starts tomorrow and it runs, Saturday and Sunday, but they're already halfway through their Friday. As for me, I will be speaking in Geneva. Still not sure exactly where in Geneva, but Geneva isn't exactly New York City, so it shouldn't be too hard to find it once the day comes closer. And I will be speaking in Geneva September 7th. And all of these links are in the description of the video. After Geneva, I am off to Zurich, and I will be speaking at the Zurich Bitcoin meetup. Now, this meetup is already fully sold out, and there are people on the wait list. I apologize. There's not much more I can do about it, but I will be in Zurich. And the day after the meetup, I am speaking at the Finance 2.0 conference, also in Zurich. And you can also look at this event. And here is my presentation at the event. It'll take place around 3:40 in the afternoon. And after the Finance 2.0 event in Zurich, Mad Bitcoins, Thomas Hunt, and myself will both be at the Blockchain Hotel conference on September 19th. On September 15th and 16th. And this is in Essen, Germany, not far from Cologne, Germany. And from there, I will be off to Munich, where I will be speaking on September 19th. There will be some stops along the way between September 19th and the Parallelus Police Conference in Prague. And here I am. As you can see, Adam Back has been added to the schedule. And I am hearing rumors that Peter Todd has confirmed and will also be speaking at the event. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, Amir Taki will be there as well. It's looking up like a great conference. And I believe this conference is either sold out or maybe 20 tickets away from being sold out. So if you are near Prague, please try to get that ticket. Jeffrey Tucker will be there as well. This is going to be a great event, and this is October 6 to 8. I believe that's all I have. Yep. That's all I have. And then we'll be back in Los Angeles for a conference in LA. I thought I had the link up, but I don't. So we'll do it next time. October 10th to 12th in LA, there will be a conference, and I will be teaching my trading seminar the day following that conference. All right, guys, this has been Today in Bitcoin for September 8th, 2017. And hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow morning when all of us will be in Europe. So we will try and figure out how we can continue to bring you the latest news pretty much every day. Oh, if you please support the show, please contribute, and let me see. Let me get a QR code up. Forgot about that part. Oh man, this is why I'm not supposed to be driving these things. Okay, so probably a little small, but please support Today in Bitcoin. Here is the latest QR code. We will get a SegWit address soon, and but for now, feel free, and of course, subscribe to the Patreon page for the World Crypto Network. All right, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.